can get your pictures with them. They're as friendly as they look, giving kisses and all. Whiskers tickle a little, but it's okay. And despite the fact that Macon Bibb officials did want to reopen the trail on Saturday, the water levels from the river still have not receded. Therefore, the trail is still closed today. Hey, Sean, we're making friends all over the place, and you can too at the fair. Here's what you do. Just come here to Perry. The next 7 days look great. That includes going into the weekend. If you were to pronounce this in one shot, how would you do at first glance? We're going to play a free game here. The fair's open for one more weekend, and we want you to come out and have some fun.
Global change. Okay, this is going to be good for whenever I become an international aid worker. All right, so let's get these.
It's like this reference section was made for you.
Right?
Yeah.
It's great.
As high school graduates get ready to put on their caps and gowns, we wanted to showcase some students who are finishing at the top of their classes. 41 NBC's Marco Manno introduces us to the valedictorians in Houston, Peach, and Jones counties.
All 5 of these star students are at the top of their class, all of them valedictorians with high aspirations.
I hope to, be an engineer and then go off to med school and, become a doctor.
I want to be a medicinal chemist.
I would like to be a neuroscientist, but I also want to be an international aid worker.
Aerospace engineering, and maybe one day work at NASA.
I want to major in Chinese to one day go to China and spread the gospel in China.
So let's take a walk and showcase the top of the class.
The limit exists, which we figured out right here.
Sagar Patel is a math whiz from Perry High School.
I'm a children's minister at my temple. It's hard for me, especially sometimes, to balance my education, social, and my temple life. I'm not a different person at temple, and I'm not a different person at school. That if I'm just that one person throughout, it automatically balances out.
And while Sagar is a children's minister at a temple,
I volunteered in the mosque and I taught the kids. I'm not very good with kids, but I taught them anyway, so there's that.
Northside High School houses Sarah Abdullah.
Global change. Okay, this is going to be good for whenever I become an international aid worker. All right, so let's get these.
It's like this reference section was made for you.
Right?
Yeah.
It's great.
If they come...
Yeah, there's a lot to learn about calculus. Speaking of which, Katie Morris of Jones County High also boasts an impressive math record.
And then I went to college. In college, I did college algebra, pre-calculus, calculus 1, and now I'm in calculus 2.
And when you tell your friends that, are they like?
Pretty much. Yeah, they are. They do kind of have a reaction.
Sarah Wilcox from Warner Robins High School is from a military family and has been to 8 different schools and all over the world.
I've taken 10 AP classes: chemistry, calculus,
AP Human Geography, which was my first one, and I actually failed my first test in there.
psychology, U.S. history,
AP US History, AP Statistics.
government. How many have I hit? I basically watch movies with my mom every Saturday night. We've been all over the world together, and friends change. But my mom is someone who's constant, and having that movie time with her is something that's constant.
Holland McTeer credits his valedictorian spot to his friend, who is also the salutatorian.
If I was to become second, I would rather lose to him than anyone else.
Oh, and he has a funny story to share.
My school counselor, Mrs. Hatchett, she has on her board behind her just graduation invitations. So what I decided to do was take a huge enlarged picture of me and just take it right there.
5 different stories, 5 different people, all grateful to what launched them to where they are. Sagar summarized all 5 of their viewpoints with this.
One of my teachers said that I can't give you a present that you deserve. And I simply said, I don't need one. You've given me everything I need in life, and there's nothing more.
Wow.
YouTube spawns many celebrities. Songs, people, fads. They can become a hit in a short amount of time, and it can happen anywhere. From the University of Georgia football team's Harlem Shake just a few months ago, and that fad was short-lived, to the recently tornado-stricken areas of Oklahoma. And one young man from the state of Oklahoma is working his own groove on YouTube by combining 2 of his favorite things, music and video games.
Growing up, I heard a lot of music.
His name is Max Gleason, or as he goes by on YouTube, Smooth McGroove. He's a video game enthusiast, a musician, and a rising video game a cappella internet sensation. So what's attracting him so much attention? Well, something that really hasn't been done much as of yet. He takes a song, like, say, the Moon theme, that's from the Nintendo Entertainment System game DuckTales. Then he breaks down each part of the song and turns it into this. Despite his vocal prowess, he was primarily a drummer, actually, and until a few weeks ago, taught drums and guitar.
Singing is not something I ever thought I would ever do, you know, in any aspect. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. I know it's, and I'm kind of realizing that it's the most flexible instrument, because you can do anything with it as long as you're confident and have at least a good ear.
He originally put these videos up for some friends and family, and maybe some video gamers who would just stumble upon his songs. But he got his big break when the official Legend of Zelda Facebook page posted a link to his version of the Legend of Zelda Song of Storms. His email inbox was soon swamped with notifications that people had commented on his video. I mean, he hadn't gotten notifications in so long, all of a sudden he's getting about 20 of them. But then his brother told him what happened.
Dude, The Legend of Zelda linked your video, your Song of Storms. I'm like, oh my gosh.
After that, other companies began to recognize him and share his work on their Facebook pages. Square Enix, this is the company responsible for the Final Fantasy and Chrono series, actually posted how incredible they thought his version of one of their songs was. Smooth McGroove takes an old song, takes a horn part, a couple string parts, a couple percussion parts, and a lead track. He finds the tempo and sets a metronome to it. Then he does a rough version of each track, then continuously refines them until they're just the way he wants it. During some of his videos, his cat Charles pops into the camera and begins to get his own McGroove on. Charles, what do you think of your newfound fame?
He absolutely doesn't care about it. In fact, he's probably like, put me down.
Charles has made his way onto the t-shirts that are now available to order online. I can't decide which shirt I like better. The money he's made from t-shirts and iTunes has allowed him to quit that old music teaching job and devote 30 to 40 hours a week on these videos full time. He gets a plethora of requests to do a cappella versions of different video game music, which he welcomes. One fan on his YouTube channel decided to condense all the requests that he's gotten and just asked him to a cappella every song ever. And of course, Smooth McGroove replied, "Dude, that's a lot of songs though." So what does he have planned? A lot, including one song that is beloved by many video gamers, that song being One Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII. That may take a while to accomplish, simply due to how much is in the song.
I would love to do that song. That is an extremely long and complex arrangement. So doing that in 1 week is going to be, I'm going to have to set that week aside to be a special week. But I look forward to doing that because it'll test my limits again.
Test his limits. Well, as a fellow video gamer, I hope you pass that test. Because I do love that song, and I wonder how it would sound in the styles of Smooth McGroove. Now, Smooth McGroove has been contacted by Capcom, which is responsible for game series like Resident Evil and Street Fighter, and by composer Austin Wintory. Now, this guy composed the soundtrack to the 2012 PlayStation 3 game Journey. That soundtrack was the first video game soundtrack ever nominated for a Grammy, and as someone who has played through that game, the experience is incredible, as is the music.
How do you think you'd fare trying to pronounce a town that has 58 letters in its name?
Wow.
I know, right? A viral video of a Welsh weatherman saying the very long name has some wondering if it even exists.
Well, 41 NBC's Marco Manno also took himself and Middle Georgia on a very long adventure to try and pronounce it. Let's see if it works.
Now today we had a big
You may have seen the video.
UK, just 12 degrees over
A Welsh meteorologist nailing a 58-letter town in Wales.
Just up the road from Llanfair Pwllgwyn, gallwch go Gerrych Windrobwll, Llantysilio Gogogoch. The temperature got to 21 Celsius.
Really makes your head spin. And in case you're wondering, this is a real town. Lefein Penguins, you know what it is. It holds the record for the longest named town in Europe. Together, the name means St. Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel, near to the rapid whirlpool of St. Tysilio of the Red Cave. And I think I pronounced that last part right. If it sounds like a mouthful, the catchy beat of this song proclaims, if you can sing it, you can say it. although it was a bit cooler up to the north, right down the road from Live Pulguin, Geg, Gogwerin, Quinn, Dropolan, Decilio, Gogo. It was 21 degrees Celsius.
Now we'll take it slowly.
Close enough?
Haha, no. But let's see how some of the folks walking by Mercer University fared.
How would you pronounce it looking at that?
With great difficulty.
One shot, how would you pronounce that?
Landfair Pulgwinig.
If you were to pronounce this in one shot, how would you do at first glance?
Landvar Pulgun Gil Go Greg Quing.
Landfair, Polygon, Go, Cherry, Render.
Landfair, Polygon, You, Googery, Chewy, Render.
Drop Wender Go Go Cook.
See? That was pretty good.
That was terrible. Go Goger Chick Render. Oba William T. Cilia Gogok.
Willie, Shillygog, Ock.
How do you think you did?
2 out of 10. I've offended the Welsh.
That's pretty good. That guy said he had offended the Welsh.
That is so. A 2 out of 10 is what he gave himself. So.
Oh boy,
you
yeah.
pronounce it?
You know, Marco asked me to do it yesterday, and I had a pretty tough time with it. I mean, it's just tough, and I had the pronunciation out there for me and everything. It was bad. So.
That is funny.
Well, if you want to buy the song and learn the tune yourself, you can go to donwoods.com.uk and purchase the Portraits of Wales album. I guess that's a website over there in the UK or whatever. Big thanks to Don Woods for allowing us to use the song for that story.
That's right. Well, Dino, hopefully you don't get too tongue-tied over there delivering the weather if you're trying to pronounce that.
That was a good one. I was laughing hard. Marco, you are the best, man. I have definitely, that was a great story. I'm still chuckling right now here. But, hey, sunshine.